Hi, I'm City Manager Ed Zerker, and welcome to another edition of Doing What Matters, a show where we talk to Phoenix employees about the work they do to serve the community. We're here in the dog days of summer. It's hot and humid. But here at 23rd Avenue Wastewater Treatment Plant in June, it was literally a dog day. Some of our employees came upon a dog trapped in one of the channels. And I'm here with one of our employees who helped rescue that dog, Kirk Johnson, Environmental Health Safety Specialist.
Yes.
That's a mouthful, but an important mouthful.
Yes.
Thank you for joining me today. So tell us, you came to work one average Monday morning, and what did you find?
Actually, well, it was later on in the morning, but we ended up finding a dog in the channel. We were alerted to the fact that the dog had fallen, or we're not even sure how she got in there, but she was in the channel. So we worked on getting her out of there. It took us almost an hour to work her around through the channel and then get her to an area where we could pull her out.
And how many of you were involved in that?
There was 3 of us, actually 4 of us total.
4 total employees who saved Chanel,
Yes.
the channel dog.
Yes.
Well, let's go take a look at what happened.
Okay.
So it was this channel right here?
Yes.
And you had to push her all the way down?
Yeah, well, she was in this area, and we had to work her around that corner, bring her up here, pushed her around here, all the way up to there where the end is down there, and it's a lower wall that she can get into.
Let's go take a look. And of course, you look down here, there's nothing.
Right.
Even a human couldn't even do. I mean, there's nothing
to grab onto or anything.
Oh, so this is the low wall you were trying to get her to hold on to?
Yes, we got her into this corner here.
Over here.
And we hung on, and actually this is the pole I had here. I had this one here, and I'd actually put it through there and had pinned her up against the side over here.
Yeah. Once
she let go, I basically used that as leverage to keep a hold of her there. They got the hook there. They were able to hold her back in while I was holding her front in, and then they got a harness around her, and then just brought her up from here.
Wow.
But it took us a while to figure it out, because obviously if she would have gone over this other side, it would have been just as bad.
There's no way to get her at all down there.
So it's the only thing we could think of that was low enough, and like I said,
that was smart, because there's at least something to pin her against too.
But she only hung on for about 30 seconds or so because she was so worn out. And that's when I pinned her up against the wall with the pole so I could hold her up there.
So Kirk, rescuing dogs is not part of the normal everyday routine, I'm sure. You're really all about safety here. And so tell us a little bit about your job at the wastewater treatment plant with keeping people safe.
A lot of my job has to deal with making sure that safety items are in place, fire extinguishers, emergency exits, some of our emergency response equipment such as SCBAs, air monitoring equipment, all that stuff is current, calibrated, and it's ready to use if we do have an emergency or somebody needs to utilize it.
So this is a big, heavy industrial plant. People don't think about that.
Right.
The Phoenix, this is a manufacturing operation. You got chemicals.
Right.
What other sorts of things are you having to keep in mind as you're doing your
well,
job?
we have a lot, just areas like this known as confined space, which people can fall into. There's possibility of lack of oxygen, dangerous atmospheres, things like that. And obviously, if all of a sudden water goes into there, you got the danger of engulfing by water or something like that.
Sure. Now you have an interesting background because you haven't been with the city that long, but you've been in this business for a long time.
Yes,
Tell us a little bit about your background.
I worked 20 years full-time for the Army National Guard over at 52nd Street. I worked in the state safety office there for the last 7 years I was there. I dealt a lot with safety as far as radiation, range safety, vehicles, off-duty safety, various things along with the industrial side as far as, maintenance shops, aircraft hangars, things like that.
Okay, and then I know you also worked at the state level as well?
We did deal with state employees because we were part of the Department of Emergency Military Affairs.
Okay, so you've seen all levels of government operations and brought your knowledge of safety here to the city. As you work with folks, what's your, what kind of advice do you give people about staying safe and working in an environment like this?
Always paying attention to what you're doing. Always making sure that you're aware of what's going on around you and not get complacent. That's the biggest thing out of my experience of dealing with safety is just people get overconfident and get complacent after a while.
Yeah. Well, it's really important what you guys did to save the dog, but it's even more important what you do every day to keep our people safe here at the plant. So Kirk, I want to thank you for everything you do for us. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
If you'd like to learn more about the operations of our city's Water Services Department, go to the website on your screen. For Doing What Matters, I'm City Manager Ed Zerker.